Today we're here to announce that 39 people, including a Prospect Park councilman and known members of the Lucchese organized crime family, have been charged with racketeering, gambling offenses, money laundering, and other crimes in connection with multiple illegal card games and online sports betting in North Jersey. These arrests are the result of an extensive and methodical 2-year investigation into a sophisticated illegal gambling operation tied to the Lucchese crime family. And all told, the investigation resulted in the identification of over $3 million in suspected criminal proceeds. Each of the 39 defendants have been charged with the first-degree crime of racketeering, along with the second-degree crimes of conspiracy to promote gambling and money laundering, along with various other charges. Director of the Division of Criminal Justice, Teresa Hilton, will detail those charges in a moment. On Wednesday, investigators from the New Jersey State Police conducted searches of 4 poker clubs located in Totowa, Garfield, and Woodland Park, including 2 clubs where backroom poker games were hidden behind functioning restaurants. One was a business in Patterson where gambling machines were stored, and 7 residences of individuals alleged to be managing the gambling activities. Among those arrested was a Prospect Park councilman, and as well as a local business owner, Anand Shah, 42, of Prospect Park, who's been identified as one of the alleged managers of the illegal poker games, as well as of an online sportsbook associated with the Lucchese crime family. I'll note here that as New Jersey's chief law enforcement officer, I am keenly aware of the public's perception of elected officials in New Jersey and the lack of trust that so many have in their public officials and governmental institutions. The arrest of a sitting council member only adds fuel to that fire, but I also wanted to serve as a warning to other elected and appointed officials throughout our state who operate as if the laws don't apply to them. Let them be warned. The law not only applies to you, but the Department of Law and Public Safety, the Division of Criminal Justice, the New Jersey State Police will strictly enforce our law regardless of what office you hold or how powerful you may be. Ultimately, this investigation uncovered additional poker clubs, the involvement of dozens of individuals who allegedly hosted poker games or worked at poker clubs, as well as an online sportsbook. As alleged, these poker clubs operated under a defined organizational structure with high-level managers who delegated the day-to-day operations of the clubs to managers who were present during the games. Those managers collected rent from the poker hosts, and oversaw employees who worked in the clubs. Poker hosts, meanwhile, were responsible for recruiting the players, supplying food and drinks, and financially staking the game. At legal gambling casinos, the casino is often known as the house. In these illegal poker clubs, the hosts filled that role, and they made money on each game because the dealers took a percentage of the monies bet by the players as a profit for the house for each hand played. In turn, the dealers were paid by the hosts, or they themselves, they being the dealers, were working off a prior gambling debt owed to the hosts. These so-called clubs also housed gambling machines that players could use while waiting for a seat at a live poker game. At the same time, the online sportsbook was operated by agents filling the traditional role of a bookie, who created online accounts on sports gambling websites based in foreign countries. The high-level managers of the criminal enterprise who were charged, many of whom are allegedly members of the Lucchese crime family, include George Zappola, 65, of Red Bank, Joseph R. Big Joe Perna, 56, of Belleville, John Perna, 47, of Little Falls, and Wayne Cross, 75, of Spring Lake. They are each charged with first-degree racketeering and second-degree conspiracy to promote gambling and money laundering, among other crimes. They allegedly oversaw the gambling activities and received a portion of the criminal proceeds, often using multiple shell corporations and functioning businesses to hide their ill-gotten gains. And as I said, this case is ultimately about those illicit gains. Organized crime in 2025 may look different than it did 50 years ago, especially thanks to the online component, and some of the language may have changed. But it's the same old story. Criminals motivated by greed and power who think they are above the law.